Welcome to Treadmill Review Guru. It's Kaylee, and I've put together a list of the best treadmills for 2025 for you. I've been walking and running a ton on these machines to bring you the most well-rounded reviews possible. So no matter whether you're new to fitness and hoping to get some more walking in or training for your 10th marathon, wherever you fall in between that range, I've got a treadmill suggestion for you. Without further ado, let's take a look at our best treadmill of the year. The award for Best Treadmill overall goes to none other than the NordicTrack 2450. It's been on our best list for quite a long time, but the most recent iteration of the 2450 saw some major improvements that made it our top pick. The 2450 is crazy powerful now, but it keeps its folding frame. However, the 2450's better build quality made the deck heavier than previous NordicTrack models and other popular home treadmills. You'll need to be able to lift 40 to 50 pounds to fold the deck up and down comfortably. The 2450 also has transport wheels, and I managed to fold and roll this treadmill on my own just fine. The standout features that made this treadmill our top choice for this year were the 4.25 continuous horsepower motor and its wicked fast speed and incline adjustments that bested the competition. It also has a 14 mph max speed, so the fastest of runners can get a good workout on this treadmill, especially when you combine the speed with the -3% to 12% incline range. The deck is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long. It feels extremely sturdy and now boasts a 400-pound weight capacity, which we love. The cushioning is very soft. You won't find a softer treadmill on this list, but we will talk about a couple of others that are just as soft. As for content, the 2450 is an iFIT compatible treadmill. iFIT is a $39 per month subscription, or you can subscribe annually. It provides thousands of training classes to the 2450, accessible from the 24-inch touchscreen display, and also allows the speed and incline to adjust automatically. My favorite feature is the active pulse feature, which adjusts the treadmill speed to keep you in the right heart rate training zone. So if you cringed when I said the NordicTrack 2450 used a subscription training service, this next treadmill is a better option for you. The Sole F80 wins our award for the best treadmill without a subscription because it has a touchscreen with plenty of content at no extra cost. The Sole F80, like the 2450, has a heavier folding deck. It feels really stable, but you'll probably need to use two hands to get the treadmill deck folded back into place. The good news is that the F80 has more transport wheels, so unlike most home treadmills, you don't have to tilt it, just roll it where you need it to go. It works best on hard floors. The 3.5 horsepower motor is powerful enough to suit daily running. Of course, you can also walk as much as you would like with this treadmill or share it with other exercisers in your home. I will also cover a more powerful Sole treadmill later if you need something for really intense daily training. The Sole F80's deck is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long, giving you plenty of space to run. It has a weight capacity of 350 pounds, which is better than the industry standard, and the deck feels very sturdy. This is a firmer treadmill, and if you're looking for something that feels really stable and solid underfoot, the F80 is great. I like it for road runners and anyone who also has a really high cushion shoe to help balance those things out. The F80 has a 10-inch touchscreen display with a variety of third-party apps available right on the screen. Now, most of these apps do require a subscription, but there's a good chance you already have one to Netflix or Hulu or some of the other apps. There are also tons of free programs to choose from, including trainer-led video classes from Sole Plus. The NordicTrack 1750 is the best treadmill for home use. It's super similar to our top choice, the NordicTrack 2450, but it's more affordable with a few other differences you might not even notice. The folding frame allows the 1750 to fold up and down, and it has hydraulic assistance to allow the deck to lower softly on its own. However, the deck is still pretty heavy, and I recommend being able to lift around 50 pounds if you want to fold and unfold the 1750 regularly. The motor is the same as the 2450 at 4.25 continuous horsepower. It's suitable for all residential treadmill use, just not commercial. You can walk, run, train for a marathon if you want. This treadmill can handle it. It's limited to 12 miles per hour instead of 14 miles per hour like the 2450, but I think that's an appropriate speed range for most of us. The heavy deck is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long with a 400-pound weight capacity. So if you're looking for something sturdy with a high weight capacity, the 1750 is a great option. Just like the other treadmills in NordicTrack's commercial lineup, the 1750 is softly cushioned. I love running or walking on this treadmill when I want to take it easy and recover, or when I want to increase my speed or distance with a little less impact. The 16-inch touchscreen display allows you to access iFIT with a $39 per month subscription. There is a free version too. You'll want to set this treadmill up where you can pick up Wi-Fi so you can stream iFIT's high-tech trainer-led classes that tour the world. It's an awesome experience to beat that treadmill boredom. The best treadmill under $1,000 is the Horizon 7.0 AT. It was a no-brainer for this award because it's a true running treadmill despite its low cost. You also don't have to subscribe to a training platform, so no ongoing costs there. The Horizon 7.0 AT folds pretty compactly. It's not too hard to roll it around on its transport wheels, just tip it forward. Folding the deck up is pretty easy, and it also has soft lowering capabilities. We look for a 3 horsepower motor for running, and the 7.0 AT checks that box. It also has a 0 to 12 mile per hour speed range and a pretty nice 0 to 15% incline range. The 7.0 AT's motor is more responsive than many other treadmills priced significantly higher, so it's an excellent budget option for HIIT workouts too. The deck is 20 inches wide by 60 inches long and supports 325 pounds. Again, decent specs for this price range. If you're looking for a more affordable running treadmill with soft cushioning, the 7.0 AT checks those boxes too. It's got a 3-zone variable response cushioning system, giving you a soft landing and a firm push-off zone. The newest edition of the 7.0 AT connects with Apple Watches through Apple Gym Kit. It also connects to Samsung watches and other Bluetooth heart rate monitors. Bluetooth also allows you to connect to the 7.0 AT with third-party training apps, though there are plenty of onboard workouts too. The Sole F80 takes the award for the best treadmill for heavy runners. Though the weight limit is less than the 2 NordicTracks I've already mentioned, the lifetime frame and motor warranty on the F80 definitely played a part in our consideration for this award. It bodes really well for this treadmill's durability and longevity. The Sole F80 has a folding frame. The gas shock under the deck allows it to softly lower to the ground. The deck is pretty heavy, similar to lifting 50 pounds or so. Luckily, it has multiple transport wheels, so you can just push this treadmill around if you have it on a hard floor. The motor is 4 horsepower, and it's suitable for all walking and running at home. I've done plenty of long runs on it, and I can confidently say it can handle intense use. The deck is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long, and most importantly for this award, the F80 has a 375-pound weight capacity. If you need a 400-pound weight capacity, look at the NordicTrack 2450 and 1750. But the lifetime frame and motor warranty should give any walkers and runners under the 375-pound limit more peace of mind that this treadmill is built for high forces long term. The screen is 15.6 inches and has a nice selection of third-party entertainment apps and onboard training content. I love that the Sole F80 has free video classes from Sole Plus at no additional cost for Sole customers. The NordicTrack X24 takes the award for the best treadmill for running. I want to point this one out to trail runners and hikers specifically too. The incline range on this treadmill is phenomenal at -6% decline all the way up to a 40% incline. This massive beast does not fold, and it needs a non-folding frame to support the incline range and keep you feeling stable while you're running up those hills. You need a dedicated space for the X24, and don't forget to factor in ceiling height too. The top of the deck is 31.5 inches tall when the treadmill is fully inclined, so you need nearly 3 feet of extra room above your head to run on the top of the incline. To deal with its incline and quick speed changes, the X24 has a 4.25 continuous horsepower motor. While you can't expect instantaneous incline adjustments from 40% to 0, it's still very fast and effective for hill repeats. With iFIT, you also get automatic speed and incline adjustments, which, combined with the X24's range, makes it the most immersive iFIT experience. The 22-inch by 60-inch deck ensures you have plenty of room to train on the incline or running up to 12 miles per hour. The console positions you further back on the deck, which I really like because I had a problem with hitting the motor hood on older incline trainers. However, some users have complained that they prefer being further up on the deck. This treadmill does have a 400-pound weight capacity, so it's another really sturdy and impressive construction from NordicTrack. The cushioning is super soft, not too bouncy. It feels very similar to the 2450's cushion level. The X24 is an iFIT treadmill, and I recommend subscribing to iFIT to access their whole library of walking, running, and hiking classes. You can also watch Netflix, Prime, and more with iFIT right on the 24-inch touchscreen. The Walking Pad R2 earns its place on this list with an award for the best under-desk treadmill. It's a 2-in-1 design, so you can use it under a desk or with the console unfolded for fitness. The R2 is an excellent walking pad. One of the features that sets it apart from cheaper designs is its compact folding mechanism that allows the deck itself to fold in half. The R2 is easy to roll around. It is an ultra-compact solution for anyone who can't decide between an under-desk treadmill and a running treadmill. Because this is a really compact machine, it doesn't have the most powerful motor. This treadmill is best for an hour or two of walking per day. While it's suitable for the occasional light run or jog, I don't recommend it for daily running. The deck is only 17 inches wide and 47 inches long. That's going to be pretty limiting for a lot of runners. Even though it can go up to 7.45 miles per hour, many of you will probably be much more comfortable sticking to slower speeds. It also only has a 240-pound weight capacity. The cushioning is firm. You can also feel the hinge where the deck folds underfoot, depending on what shoes you're wearing. I've done runs longer than 5 miles on the R2, and it didn't bother me to feel that seam. There's not much of a console on the R2. It has a little LED screen on the motor hood that shows your time, whether you have the R2 in fitness mode or walking mode. The R2 comes with a remote, but you can also pair it with your phone to view the Kingsmith app and all your metrics. And you can also control the treadmill settings there. If the Walking Pad R2 isn't quite what you're looking for, we do have a best under-desk treadmill video and a best cheap walking pad video for you to check out. These have even more options at various price points. Breaking our streak of motorized treadmills, we're now taking a look at the best manual treadmill, the Assault Runner Pro. To be clear, this is the best curved manual treadmill designed for running. There are a few other types of manual treadmills, but we didn't consider those for this award. Since the Assault Runner Pro has no motor, there's no speed limit. Anyone looking for a treadmill they can sprint on should consider the Pro. It's an excellent choice for working on your acceleration too. I even like it for endurance runs. The Assault Runner Pro does not fold, which is standard for this treadmill design. It's not too difficult to lift by the back of the deck and roll around on hard flooring, but you'll definitely want to find it a permanent spot since it doesn't store more compactly. The deck is more compact than a motorized treadmill deck at 17 inches wide. It's longer though at 62 inches. The narrower width does require you to pay more attention while training, but that's a good thing for a non-motorized treadmill. To help you stay focused, the console is pretty minimal. There's a phone holder and onboard programs. You can also program intervals. It's simple, but I don't think the Assault Runner Pro needs anything more to be effective. If you're looking for more manual treadmill options, be sure to check out our best manual treadmill video. The Horizon T101 is our best walking treadmill because of its low price and supportive console and treadmill arms. It also has a compact folding frame. I can fold this treadmill and move it around on my own. My only complaint is that there's nowhere to conveniently grab the deck when tilting and rolling it. The motor is 2.5 horsepower, which is best for walking. You could do a little jogging if you like, but the treadmill performs best for just walking. It has a nice 0 to 10% incline range, which gives it an advantage over most walking pads and underdesk style treadmills. The deck is 20 inches wide by 55 inches long, so if you run, you might feel a little cramped. The weight capacity is 300 pounds, which isn't bad for a treadmill of this size. The deck cushioning is moderately soft, not as soft as NordicTrack, but much softer than training on the road or sidewalk. The console is a big advantage to the T101 because it provides additional support, unlike a walking pad or underdesk treadmill that typically doesn't have uprights, treadmill handles, or a console. The T101 has pre-programmed workouts and does not require a subscription. Taking another look at Horizon, we're now looking at the 7.8 AT. This is our choice for the best treadmill for HIIT training. It's Horizon's most powerful running treadmill and a go-to for my training. It's a lot larger, but still has a folding deck with soft lowering technology to make unfolding easy. Moving it around is more challenging because this treadmill is very reinforced and sturdy. It feels pretty solid at 330 pounds. The 7.8 AT has a 4 horsepower motor with a 12 mile per hour maximum speed and a 0 to 15% incline range. The speed and incline adjustments are very fast, not too far off the Peloton Tread and NordicTrack's 2450's motor responsiveness. The 7.8 AT has speed and incline dials and programmable interval keys that make custom HIIT workouts even easier. The deck is 22 inches by 60 inches, giving you enough room to run fast and hit that top speed if you would like. The weight capacity is 375 pounds, so another good sturdy option here. As with the other Horizon treadmills we covered, the cushioning is moderately soft. The 7.8 AT has 3-zone variable response cushioning, providing a soft landing zone, a moderate transition zone, and a firm push-off zone toward the back of the treadmill. The Horizon 7.8 AT has a great variety of training options, onboard workouts, third-party app connectivity, and custom workout options. It's actually my favorite non-Peloton treadmill for training with the Peloton app. Check it out if you don't want to be tied to a subscription. The Bowflex Treadmill 22 is the best folding treadmill with a high incline. It has a -5% to 20% incline range, and we haven't seen anything better on a folding treadmill yet. The Treadmill 22 must be fully declined to fold up. It's a large treadmill, but it folds well for its size. I don't like moving this treadmill around on my own. It's very heavy, and even though it has transport wheels, I suggest keeping it in a permanent location if you can. Bowflex doesn't disclose the motor power for the Treadmill 22. It performs on par with 4 horsepower motors, and it should work well for daily walks and runs, even up to marathon training. The motor is a bit slow to adjust the speed and incline, so it's not the best for HIIT workouts. Just keep that in mind. It's definitely a solid option for incline training, especially if you don't have the space for an incline trainer like the NordicTrack X24, which I talked about earlier. The running deck is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long with a 400-pound weight capacity. The cushioning is firm, and I don't mind it. If you're training only indoors for a road race or want something that feels really stable, it's a great choice. The touchscreen is 22 inches. You need a Journey subscription to access all of the touchscreen content. It has training classes, scenic runs, entertainment apps like Netflix, and more. However, there is also a tablet rack under the screen if you want to view something from your device. Earning the award for the best value smart treadmill is the ProForm Carbon TLX. It operates on the bring your own tablet model, giving you access to the premium iFIT training platform at a lower cost than you can buy a treadmill with a touchscreen display. The ProForm Carbon TLX is a folding treadmill with hydraulic assistance. It's fairly easy to roll around too. The motor is a 3.0 continuous horsepower motor. I like this treadmill for light to moderate running. It would make a great backup treadmill for a runner who trains outside primarily but needs something reliable enough for any type of run. It's also great for daily walking. The 20-inch by 60-inch running deck ensures you have more than enough room to hit that 12 mile per hour max speed if you want. I also felt comfortable walking and running on the 12% incline with this amount of room. It has a 300-pound weight capacity, which meets the industry standard but isn't the best on this list by any means. As for cushioning, it's not as firm as the Sole treadmills we included on this list, but it isn't much softer. The TLX is compatible with iFIT, a premium fitness training service. There are no onboard programs, so if you want automatic speed and incline adjustments, you will need to connect to the iFIT app on your phone or tablet and pair with the treadmill. An iFIT subscription is $39 per month and comes with thousands of classes for on and off the treadmill. The Peloton Tread earns our recognition for the best treadmill with studio classes. Peloton content is addictive, and it's excellent for anyone who wants that gym class feeling or to appease their competitive side. The Peloton Tread does not fold, so you will need a dedicated space for it. It still has transport wheels to let you lift the back of the deck and move it around. We were a little surprised that the Peloton Tread only has a 3 horsepower motor. However, we've been using our tread for a long time without issue. I would put it on par with a 3.5 or 4 horsepower motor as far as training capabilities. You can certainly train hard and run long distances. It's very responsive for HIIT training too, so you can quickly get to the incline or speed that you want. The deck is 20 inches wide by 59 inches long. Even though that's 1 inch less than most of the other treadmills I covered on this list, the Peloton Tread does not have a motor hood. This design has been called the open front waterfall design, and it increases your functional running area, which I love. The weight capacity is only 300 pounds though. The cushioning is also firm, so we understand that it's not the premium underfoot experience some users may be looking for. I like it for the competitive side of things because the less cushioning means your body has to do more of the work, and it translates better to outdoor running. Again, the biggest draw to the Peloton is the subscription service. You need one to get the full Peloton experience on the 23.8-inch touchscreen display. It's $44 per month and unlocks tons of live and on-demand classes, a treadmill game, entertainment apps, and more. If you're still with us, let's go over some of the things you should look for in a treadmill and why we covered what we covered in this video. Most of the treadmills featured were motorized treadmills as opposed to manual treadmills, which would be a treadmill that requires you to power the treadmill by running or walking on it. So the majority of these treadmills use electricity. They may also have tech components like touchscreens and speakers. I bring this up because a lot of people like to store their treadmill in the garage, but most of these machines are not actually designed for garages, and many brands will void your warranty if the treadmill is stored in a non-climate controlled space. Just something that is important to consider so that if you need to rethink where you're going to put your treadmill, you can. A lot of the treadmills I covered are also folding treadmills. These are great for saving space. However, non-folding treadmills tend to be slightly more durable and have many unique features that may appeal to you. I recommend identifying where you want to store your treadmill to narrow down your options. Then, there is how you want to use the treadmill. Most treadmills are suitable for walking, but there are a few additional features you want to look for in a running-specific treadmill. Typically, a running treadmill deck width or belt width ranges from 20 to 22 inches. For length, we like to see 60 inches, but 55 inches is okay for a runner with a shorter stride length and who doesn't plan on sprinting. A walking treadmill can be slightly more compact. Motors are categorized by their horsepower. This number doesn't paint the full picture of how good a motor is, but it's often the only information a manufacturer provides. So we prefer a 3 horsepower minimum for running, 3.5 horsepower is better for daily long runs, and 4 horsepower or higher is best for multiple users training daily. Keep in mind, these are guidelines and not rules. Also, these ratings are good for DC motors, which are what most residential treadmills have. AC motors are sometimes found in residential treadmills, but they're more common in commercial models. As for weight capacity, definitely go with a treadmill that has a higher weight capacity than you need. Not only is it safer and more durable, it will also give you room for things like training with a weight vest if you prefer. The weight capacity is also a good reflection on features like the quality of the frame, the thickness of the running deck, and the motor capability. The final feature I want to mention specifically is cushioning. Your initial thought may be that softer is better, but if you're training indoors only for a road race, that may not be true. Soft cushioning is great for recovery and lessening the impact on your body, but firm treadmills translate better to road running. Your paces are going to be more similar and your body will be more prepared for the higher impact. There are a ton of other things to consider about treadmills, so I recommend checking out our written best list on our website or the individual video and written reviews for the treadmills that you're interested in. You can learn a lot more about them there. That wraps up our best treadmill video. I'm super excited to have highlighted the NordicTrack 2450 this year because it saw some major improvements that really made it stand out. If you need more help with treadmill shopping, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one. You can also leave me a comment with any questions you have. I test and review these treadmills continuously, so I'm happy to help however I can. I'm Kaylee, this is Treadmill Review Guru. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.